You are waiting. You may not have named it, but somewhere ahead is a version of your life where things finally feel okay, where you can breathe, where you can be happy. You're living in the shadow of that future, and meanwhile, this one passes. You tell yourself familiar lines. When I have more money, I'll relax. When I find the right job, I'll be at peace. When things settle down, I'll be okay. We say them like weather reports, routine, safe. But here's what most people don't realize. The bridges never end. You cross one, another appears. More pay, more praise, more space to fill. The arrival quiets the restlessness only for a moment. Then the restlessness returns, unchanged, because it was never about the bridge. Look at a child for a moment. Mira finds a cardboard box. She becomes a captain. The box is a ship. The room becomes an ocean. She is present, totally alive. No rules, no performance, no waiting. Something happens to us between that ship and the office, not in a single day, over the years. We begin measuring our lives against a future that's always a step ahead. A house we don't own, a salary we haven't reached, a freedom we keep postponing. Once you start measuring like that, you can never win, because the imagined life will always outpace your arrival. This pattern is not about poverty, nor about not trying. It's about comparison, about the quiet internal rule that says you must earn permission to feel okay. You carry a list, small things, big things. If this is true, then that. If that happens, then peace. That little word if becomes heavier than any stone. You have seen the evidence. Lighter people, a man with little who laughs without effort, a woman with a struggle who is warm and whole, and people with abundance who are exhausted, always running, never resting. More does not equal more ease. It only changes the shape of the wanting. Here is the shift. Your restlessness is not solved by adding things. It is resolved by shortening your list of conditions. Not your ambition, not your work, your conditions. Those invisible clauses you place on your moments. I'll be calm when. I'll be kind when. I'll be free when. The old teachers called this attachment, not to people, to circumstances, to the belief that peace must be earned. The Stoics, the Sufis, the Zen masters, they found the same edge: reduce the conditions, not forever, not as a resignation, just for now, just this breath. There was a woman named Asha. As a child, she danced with a sheet and became a tent for the sun. Later, she grew a list: new car, better title, a different city. She began to live between arrivals. One day, she sat with a plain bowl of rice. No music, no phone, sunlight on the table. She tasted the food, and in that taste, she remembered herself. The list did not vanish. It still existed, patient and long. But for a moment, she shortened it. She allowed this bowl to be enough, not as a defeat, as a decision. This is harder than it sounds. It asks for small rebellions, to stop agreeing with every when inside your head, to say quietly, not now. Not everything has to be true for me to be kind to myself, to rest, to notice a single line of light. You are not giving up on growth. You are not abandoning desire. You are reorienting your source of well-being. Before, you thought of happiness like a destination. Now, you learn to carry it as a posture available even while you walk toward more. You are no longer someone who waits for permission to be well. You are no longer someone who calculates worth by acquisitions. You are becoming someone who shortens the list, who closes one of the doors that keep them in the waiting room. You are becoming someone who can sit with a simple cup of tea and say, "This is enough for now." This does not erase hardship. It does not pretend life is easy. Struggle is real. Loss is real. But suffering that comes from not yet is optional. It is something we layered on. We can unlayer it gently, moment by moment. Practice is simple. Tonight, now. Put down the phone. Look at the room you are in. Find one small thing, a hand, a sound, a warm mug. Hold it with attention. No grand revelations, just the single fact of presence. Shorten your list for 1 minute, 1 breath. See what happens. If you do this, something shifts. The future keeps its place. You continue to build. You keep reaching, but you stop living exclusively in a rehearsal. You allow the present to be a place you can rest in. Not forever, not perfectly, just now. Put down the waiting, not permanently, just for this moment. Notice the breath you're taking. Notice the light in the room. Notice how ordinary this is and how radical. That small permission to be enough now grows. It reshapes the day. It changes life. The person who learns to be content with little does not get less. They get free. If you want to try, breathe in deeply. Say to yourself, quietly, "This is enough for now." Exhale. Stay here for a breath or two. The world ahead will still be there, but for a moment, in the plain, small light of now, you are whole. Thank you.